On point. Dark Vomit 162 back again with some more Pomo stuff. For the last time, I think. It's pretty much I think, because I do not know if there are other things in there as well that are pack related or event related. And even if, because of the size of the controller in here, I have to use an elevated camera setup just to pretty much have it all standing. Usually, that is also the reason why I would like to get as quickly as possible back to BeatMania, because there I can just put the camera on top of the desktop screen. Because I have it elevated, I have pretty much something like this on top, pretty much two at the bottom, and between those two, on top of them, two stacked on top, and have the camera somewhat on top. If I remember correctly, once live it went down, and it only happened once. Otherwise, on occasion, which is still very rarely, because I keep on trying on doing the shake test beforehand. Like, if I shake the table, if the camera moves, it's not good, it shouldn't be moving, or move as less as possible. So yeah, it should be fine, because here it's pretty much just mayhem if I get stuff going. So yeah, last part, even though there is a Toy Musical 3, the thing is, it's encrypted. At least that I know of. If I get that one, for whatever reason, working without using the arbitrary stuff, because please don't, yeah, that would be that. Otherwise, I might need to do other things in terms of certain other things, even if it would be possible and I need to do go through some hoops or getting through things and it's getting somewhere else. I mean, in terms of Toy Musical, it's already doing that because of certain extra things being in 2, like some secret stuff that one can unlock. And yeah, so yeah, in terms of everything else, yeah, I just go around that in here because it still counts within yeah, because this is the previous thing in Majiggy. Yeah, I noticed something while I was still trying to fiddle around with Eterna. It's still not live yet currently. It would be live already if it's released, because I still might need another week. The only thing that I need to do is generate Groove Reader data within my step cache, and I only should be doing this when I am on Eterna. So pretty much, yeah, because of them throwing that out, I have to do the same thing again. And yeah. And also in terms of thingamajiggy, SPS pretty much is the superseding one, because their MSD, I'm not even sure what it stood for, something with Mina and whatever. Or SD, MDS would be actually like Mina difficulty system or something. Not even sure if that is even correct. So yeah, yeah, mine is getting stuff better. And in terms of the other things, because apparently originally it is only for 4-key stuff, But for whatever reason, later on, it is then being adjusted for everything else as well. And yeah, I'm not even sure on that, because certain things that's supposedly easy have been rated harder than what's actually on hard. So pretty much. Also another something which I should also be getting on. Getting groove, nah, not a groove rider. The grav, it is pretty much not usable because I have I don't have it for custom stuff. Everything in Outfox is going through Outfox stuff, but elsewhere I have to do those manually myself. And because of that, and yeah, because of that, yeah, that is also actually, in terms of usability, that is something I can put to the side. The actual main thing I would need to do before I get the Eterna update going is the Groove Raider thing. In actuality, I only need to... actually, I have it deactivated on Outfox, but I actually need to activate it on everywhere else. And yeah... Not sure on everything else though, because that's going to be something, especially on other things. Either way, I'm not even sure how to do stuff on certain other things, which I would then also be needing to do, aka the Groove Raider for 2D eggs, which has certain different things. So yeah, also the main thing I should be actually talking about, steps and total. It turns out there is a way to pretty much summarize how many total steps there are. Because originally that's the reason why I had the step counter in here. Because if one goes in here, everything in hands are those that are 3 steps and beyond. So pretty much if one pretty much adds stuff up, like 20, 48 plus 46, pretty much, yeah, 94. That is that on that. Depending if there had been any holes, it would be going up because of other things, which is also another reason why those hands doesn't really technically count. So yeah, this is pretty much the reason why I have total in here as well, because that is the actual thing that should be getting through everything in here. And I'm not really sure if I need to fiddle around with those as well, because of the fact that it is literally a copy-paste. But with me going through, yeah, thingamajiggy one thing, I would be potentially actually saying that I am just having it on one end, and I should be doing that one just offline, quote unquote. So yeah, in terms of everything else, that is pretty much that. Also, the other thing that I was also pretty much waiting on was what was one of the reasons why I paused stuff on me updating my Eternal related stuff, is because of everything regarding the usual, which is everything in here. Those two, mainly because of the way stuff is being displayed. And yeah, for that it is now fully there. But everything else, yeah, I have it there. I think I have everything. Okay then. Also the usual wolf at the first time there is all that going. Something I'm going through everything in here. Also full combo on that one, nice. Okay, let's get it on in. The usual, there will be doubles. Okay, those patterns were bullshit. The usual. I would be potentially saying it's because of bullshit at the end. Could have been FC, but I messed up at the end. The usual. I thought, wait a second, it shouldn't be in here. Nah, I'm not in thingy mode. Okay, this might be the only thing where it would be Yeah, that might be the only reason why it's this high. Yeah, that is pretty much the only reason. Because otherwise, the one reason, the one part, I would be potentially saying, yeah, that one should be actually a little bit lower, is that jump part. I said something in terms of repetitive jumps. They're pretty much the same. I should be pretty much halving those. The thing is, it pretty much then means that I have to check for the same things and whatnot. Which is going to be something and whatnot. The thing is, it's going to be difficult on the back portets, which will be more stuff to check. Which is going to be something. Either way. What? Eh? Did I screw stuff up? It said something about there. I'm pretty much there already. 801. It is the note counter. What? Eh? It is pretty much doing... Also, it is... Yeah, it is there, because I said during it should be there. In actuality, it should be normal. Or it is not doing that because it... No, it can't be. Yeah, no, can't be. That one's terrible. Very much not sure, because stuff is being loaded, but it's... Huh? Why is that even needed? Yeah, just shut. I'm just continuing. Because I'm not sure what the hell is in here. I'm not really sure what the hell is being needed for that. Especially since there is not really anything bad going on. You know, seriously, before there's something with the meter. There's something on hard that is the problem. No, that one's still there. Now there's absolutely nothing. Either way, I hope it's not coming back. Also, in terms of here, the usual, I'm not going there because it's a bit too much. So, the usual. I hope no more errors come my way. Okay then. So yeah, like I said, I'm not doing the medium here. That's a bit much. Also, I would like to get stuff on in here. Gee, what the hell is going? That's way too much. That's not a 33, that's for sure. Otherwise, it's repetition. Then it would be different, but still. Still in terms of stuff, where? So I really need to check for repetitions. There pretty much then that is the other thing over in here that I then need to check. Checking when to do the repetition one and when the other one, or the full one, so to speak. That is potentially something, but I'm not really sure on there because it's still a bit much. Okay then. I fucking hate those. Sometimes I'm not really sure if I should be doing the repetition stuff there or not. I would be potentially saying if it's singles, I leave it, only if it's higher than 2. Also, it should only count fully if it's exactly the same. So if it's like here, then pretty much the first one is counted full, the other one, the next ones are half. If it's pretty much full, half, half, full, full, half, half, full, half, half. Pretty much like that, so to speak. I'll be I'm not going there because way too many doubles. Seriously, he... Okay, what the hell? The fuck? Ah, okay, I thought it was something else. Oh, this one. Also, stuff had been bugging at least in terms of stuff there, which is one thing. Why go there? Hello. There we go. Have it there. G's the usual. And there's a whole bunch of stuff there. I might do the first ones, the first two. Was that the actual one where stuff was a bit behind? Might have been there because there was a bit of nothing. Still, there are none in here, so let's see what it's supposed to be. That might have been that. I said I was going to do 2 things for this session. I didn't do any of those. Pretty much checking if it's actually true with these. I would be potentially saying it is. And it's actually showing it correctly this time. Because beforehand it was just showing the initial for all of them. Because everyone checks just the initial, and that's not how it's supposed to be. That's pretty much also the reason why where stuff was actually not erroring. Like for that one, if I had the other way, also it is actually transparent, pretty much halfway. I would be pretty much saying that. Not really sure if that's supposed to be that, because yeah, pretty much I would be potentially saying originally it would be then having said there is and here as well this null measure. Nah, I fixed it, and yeah, it's now showing it properly everywhere. So yeah, what the hell is going on here? Should have sat down it properly, because I was leaning back on that one. Okay, that one is a no, because a bit too much on stuff. Elsewhere, just hey. bit. That's a bit much. With there being not much in here, I'll be going over there. Let's check the other one. What was that, please? Seriously. Is it like it is actually pretty much the full version that is the first half? The first third, second, third last. Almost like I said something else. But yeah, whatever. Also, I'm not going there. That is not a 33. 32, I mean, geez, what the hell. Seriously, first of all, was pretty much just easy mode, and on the second half, when only then stuff was getting somewhere. I fucking hate it. Have a consistent, otherwise it's just no. Oh, I already hate this snapshot. So yeah, what we were potentially saying, it is actually a little bit harder than what's been said to. So yeah, this one's everywhere. I might only do the first one because after, even though it gets easier, actually it depends what's going on in here. What's the problem in here? Is there something going on afterwards? Like some fakes or something? Because for whatever reason, there is nothing in here. Also, because of everything being in Japanese, I can't check in here. So... yeah, very much not sure on stuff. So, because of things, what's in here? might have an idea on how to fix this. Do I really need to additionally check for BPM changes? Because the null measures only occur if there is nothing. So I would be potentially say, because of BPM changes, even though nothing has been actually, well, it shouldn't even be the case. I really need to check the step chart on he. Because, no, actually, what is actually being said? It said dash. So, pretty much a whole slew of things. So, yeah, I really need to check on stuff, because that's not that is something else. Yeah, the entirety of stuff is broken. For whatever reason. I'm not really sure why. So in terms of things, I'm not even sure on stuff in here. This is going to be hard either way. Geez, I need to fix stuff. Last time I pretty much did something during whatever I did for handling with Eternal stuff. Okay, yeah, fuck off there. Also, erroring he. Seriously, I'm not really sure what the hell is going on in he. I would be potentially saying stuff is getting terrible because of stuff being added at the end. So yeah, I really need to... Seriously, I went through everything last time and everything's just being broken. Now it's just there, what the hell? This one is even worse. For fuck's sake, guys. Yeah, fuck off. Not only is your stuff copyrighted, at least, well, you can pretty much do this on long versions, but short versions that you pretty much upload over there as well. Geesh, for fuck's sake, you're the reason why we can't have nice things. Fuck's sake. Also, pretty much a whole bunch of stuff is going on in here, mainly because of doubles. And this is also the reason why YA needs to be turned off. Geez, there are so many things in here, what the fuck? This is also the reason why I have total added, especially for stuff in here. That is going to be something, alright? There's usually only tap and hold, pretty much the steps have been usually displayed. Yeah, I would be potentially saying total should be here as well. So yeah. Two things have been stuffed in here. Seriously, certain remixes just don't really work, especially if it's terrible like this in here. You could have pretty much... whatever, I'm just continuing. That one, there are quite a few doubles. I will be saying that at the end, so I might go there. Let's get stuff in here then. Fuck off with those jumps. Doubles at the end. Seriously, fuck's sake. Also, I blame everything being terrible because of M speed, which shouldn't even be this terrible. I still haven't checked in terms of if I would have. It is something that I wanted to do. First of all, have like something that simulates M speed by pretty much having like a BPM speed, so to speak, which is pretty much M speed, but I think M speed is messing things up, especially on things if there are actually, even in here, stuff is terrible. So yeah. It has been set to even there. The hell? Also, in terms of pattern recognition, easy patterns like ba-dum, 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 ba-dum. Pretty much one of those, or pretty much those doubles. If it's he, I should be checking that that one counts times 10. Because fucks those in particular. Also, yeah, not even going there because it's a bit too much. Even though there might be just doubles there. Similar here especially. usual that is the actual reason why it should be actually higher, because of the awful rhythm. Might be the same shit here, especially with doubles. I am not even attempting to go here because of doubles. Even if it's supposedly easy. Do you rule? Continue. In terms of other things, I'm not really sure where the halfway point is. Also, a whole bunch of stuff here. The usual. Also, stuff is being easy. That's what's been said to. The usual as well. Screw that already. See, what was he? Especially with that grab. No, especially with those doubles. Yeah, I said something about that medium. Yeah, it's way even. There isn't much hay on either, actually. A question mark on that. Yeah, just a little bit in hay, but I'm not really sure. Okay, fuck over this bullshit as well. I was already having difficulties with the normal bullshit that you pulled there. That one is pretty much worse. Because I said something with double rhythms. Even though it's supposedly easy, it can be hard, especially if you just do it bullshitty like this here. The fuck downstairs. I'm not going too hard, that's for sure. God, I'm going sleepy on this one. I saw something somewhere else. What the hell is going on there? That might be the reason. Fuck off of this in here, it's putting me to sleep. Yeah, I read the song a D. Jeesh. Miserable. Fuck's sake, I won't even go too hard because that would be going somewhere else. And this one is already a what the hell. Fuck off! The fuck? Seriously? Only stupid people in here. In terms of doing step charts. I was going even worse, and there as well. Jeez.